Solve the system or show that it has no solution. If the system has infinitely many solutions, express them in the order pair form. Okay, this one has a bunch of fractions, and I really don't want to deal with fractions. So what I'm going to do is, if these had a common denominator, it would be 10. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 10. And if I do that, then I end up getting 10 multiplied by 1/2, or in other words, half of 10, which is going to be 5x, plus a fifth of 10, which is 2. 2 times 3 is 6y, equals 30. Now, by doing that, if you notice, all the fractions go away, which makes things a little easier. This one I'm going to multiply by 3. So 5/3 multiplied by 3 is 5. And then plus 3 times 2, which is 6. And then 10 times 3 is 30. Now, at this point, you should actually realize that these are exactly the same. If I use elimination and I subtract these two functions, you'll end up getting 5 minus 5, which is 0, 6 minus 6, which is 0, and then 30 minus 30, which is 0, and you'll end up getting the equation 0 equals 0. And that definitely tells you that there are many solutions, because 0 will always equal 0. Now, it's not all solutions. It's only certain solutions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve for y on one of these. Well, it doesn't matter because they're both the same. So I will get 6y equals negative 5x plus 30. I subtracted 5 to both sides. And then I divide by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6, and you end up getting y equals negative 5/6 x plus 30 divided by 6, which is 5. And if you notice, that is actually going to be a line. So my solution is everything that lies on this line. And the way to write that is I say, okay, I want x to be whatever I want. It doesn't matter. X can be anything. And then my y is going to be this. So this is going to be negative 5/6 x plus 5. So that is how I'm going to write my answer. Now, for example, let's say I decide that x can be anything. So I decide that x is going to be 6. So if x is 6, I'll plug 6 back into here, and that gives me negative 5 plus 5, which is 0. So one of my solutions is 6, 0. Now I can multiply a negative 6, and if I put that in there, you end up getting negative 6 multiplied by negative 5 and then divided by 6, which will give me positive 5 plus 5, that'll be 10. This is another solution that will work in this system. This will also work in the system. And if I want to go even further, I can actually plug in, let's put in a 0. If I plug in a 0, you get 0, 5. That is another solution that will work. And I can get an infinite amount of these solutions just by plugging in more and more x's. But once I plug in an x, I have to have a certain y. So this is how they want you to write your answer.